So you've probably seen a pool table at least once in your life, whether it be at Philly's house or at a hotel. Heck, come to think about it, you've probably even played it with your friends or family. You've missed a few shots, and maybe even lost against some people. But is the game really just luck?
This shot is a perfect example of the effects of Newton's third law. Both the cue ball and the billiards ball are not in motion, meaning the only forces represented are gravity and normal force. The cue ball is hit by the cue stick, gaining the momentum due to the force of the hit, causing the ball to move forward rapidly until impact. MV1 is movement of the ball at impact. MV2 is movement of the target ball. The equation to determine the speed MV1 plus MV2 because all of the movement is coming from one position. Since MV2 is stationary for the moment, its total speed is 0. As the cue ball continues forward, it is gradually losing speed because friction is slowing it down. In our case, the cue ball hits the target ball before all momentum is lost. After the impact of the cue ball loses all momentum and the target ball suddenly has momentum, this is because all the momentum is conserved. MV3 represents the movement of the cue ball after the impact with the target ball. MV4 represents the movement of the target ball after impact with the cue ball. The equation to represent the movement would be MV3 plus MV4, but MV3 is 0 because it is stationary. This leaves MV4, and since we don't know the speed, this leaves MV4, and since we know speed is conserved, that makes MV1 equal MV4, although it is slightly off due to friction.
This shot is another example of Newton's third law, but there are some variations. Our irregular hit, we have gone over this, and all the same directions are applied. Like we stated before, all motion is conserved, even if it is not a direct hit. So when the ball hits the other ball at an angle, all force cannot be transferred due to it not being a head-on collision. The force doesn't disappear, it just stays with the cue ball. And the only way to show this is by using a triangle. MV1 stands for the momentum of the cue ball. MV2 stands for the momentum of the cue ball after impact. The distance is if shown correctly using the same distance traveled, and the angles we can find the distance of the target ball after impact. The distance moved is represented by MV4.
This is an easier shot to describe. First, as always, the momentum is always conserved, and in all the other examples, either the cue ball is stopped or slowed down. So why does it maintain its speed? Well, it's because of the mass of the pool table. In our other examples, the mass of the target ball and the cue ball was the same, but in this case the mass of the pool table is far larger than the billiards ball. So you may be thinking, why does it matter? The momentum of the billiards ball at impact with a wall will transfer its momentum, but because of the mass of the pool table, it has little to no effect. The ball doesn't stop though, because the table applies an equal force back onto the ball, causing it to move in the other direction. Though that is the case, when the ball is going straight when it is hitting the wall at an angle, the ball will bounce off at the same exact angle as it came in at.